when you are attending a session. So we have unmuted you so that there won't be any disturbance to anybody. And once I finish my presentation, once I discuss all the points with you, I'm definitely going to unmute you, and you will get a chance to converse with me, to discuss with me. If you have any doubts, any discussions, we can definitely. So when this pandemic is concerned, I wanted to alert all the children. It is expected, it is said the third wave is expected by next month or so, maybe within few weeks or few days. So children, be alert, be careful, be cautious when third wave is concerned. The first wave has affected the old people above 60 years, and the second wave has bothered the youth who were even below 50. And it is said that the third wave is going to affect the children. So this is very, very sad part. But if at all you are active, you are alert, you are maintaining a very good lifestyle, children, you can definitely withstand the situation. You can defeat this coronavirus. So small tips I wanted to give you over here when third wave is concerned. Children, come out of the sedentary lifestyle. I do not know how active you people are, but if at all you are leading a sedentary lifestyle, just being lazy, sitting in one place, no physical activity, having junk food, continuously fixed to your screens, this is definitely going to harm every student. And the consequences of a sedentary lifestyle during this period will definitely affect. I don't want any of my children, any of our students, or any student to get affected by this coronavirus. Try to have a balanced diet, a healthy diet, whatever your mother cooks at home, hot, sizzling roti and sabji with rest of the things. Try to have good food at home, avoid junk food. Physical activity is very, very important. If you cannot go outside, if you cannot go to gym, or if you cannot go to the ground for running or jogging, just on your terrace, you can have at least some 50 to 60 rounds. You can run, you can jog, you can dance even. Do something, but physical activity is must. Every day, try to spend at least 40 minutes for your physical activity, which is very, very important. Skipping, jumping, running, hopping, dancing, do anything. Yoga, pranayam, teachers are teaching. There are so many videos when yoga and pranayam is concerned. Try to follow yoga every day. Pranayam helps you a lot. It will boost up your immunity. You can withstand this third wave. Apart from that, good sleep for 8 hours. If you sleep for 8 hours, that is must, it is sufficient. But you children, throughout the night, you wake up, night outs, right? And sleeping till 12 o'clock in the morning. So that is again going to affect the health and the immunity. So going to bed right time and waking up early in the morning, having some physical fitness, having some physical activity, yoga, pranayam, good diet will definitely help you a lot. So 3 things: yoga and pranayam, physical activity, good diet, and sleep for at least 8 hours. This is going to help you a lot. And try to take care of yourself. Try to take care of your siblings, your younger sister or younger brothers, and try to take care of your parents. Children, it is your responsibility to take care of your parents. So I hope you're going to do all these things. And now, Abdul Kalam said, if you want to shine, you have to burn first. Every student sitting over here wanted to be the topper in the class, wanted to be top in everything, wanted to achieve something, wanted to succeed something. But if at all you wanted to be the top, first thing is you need to start working very, very hard, because there are no shortcuts. There are no easy steps. Most of the children are excited. Even the Corona batch students this year who have passed 10th standard, they are happy, satisfied. that we have not even opened the book. We have not even attended any of the classes. We did not work hard, but we could pass out my 10th standard. Children are, they are a bit excited. They are happy with this corona. But the thing is, shortcuts will never help you. Whenever you take shortcut, the consequences of shortcuts are going to be very, very pathetic. Even you have to repent in future. If at all I would have done this, if at all I would have learned certain things in that particular period instead of wasting, so that would have definitely resulted you a lot. Because in future, you are going to get such jobs. The jobs are going to be created in such a way where your certificates or your records will not matter. Your creativity matters a lot. There are going to be jobs in future which are based on creativity, your imagination, and your analytical way of thinking, your reasoning. These things are very, very important in future. Whenever you go for an interview, they do not see your certificates, but they see whether you are talented, whether you are capable of doing that particular job, whether you have that creativity. This creativity is very, very important. So in order to be creative, you have to practically involve in various things. You have to understand the concepts. You have to get into the matters. You have to get into the concepts. Practically, you need to work. You need to think. Not only your books, you need to even check the reference books. You need to get in touch with the day-to-day activities, and you have to connect those day-to-day activities with your studies. Only when you try to do in this manner, this is going to help you a lot. If you just mug up the answers, whenever you have your exams, you just try to mug up the things and try to write and try to secure about 90, about 95. So you think that I'm the topper in the class. That is not going to work. If you just try to burn the oil before the examinations and score good marks in the exams, and you lack the creativity, you lack that imagination, this is not going to help you at all in the future. Just take an example of, I'll give you a small example. Everybody knows how the ghee is prepared, right? Clarified butter, what we call. You know how the ghee is prepared. You take milk, you try to convert it into curd, then the curd will be again churned and the butter comes out. And this butter, when you try to heat it, it turns into ghee. This is the process, right? You take ghee and put it into the water. What happens? When you put it into the water, hope my voice is breaking. I'll just check my connections. When you take the ghee and put it into the water, it tries to float, isn't it? It tries to float. But whereas, take a stone, put it into the water. Will it float? Float hota hai kya stone? It doesn't. It just sinks. पानी के नीचे चला जाता है, पानी में डूब जाता है. Why this ghee is floating? Because it got processed. When it was milk, turned into curd, then turned into butter, again then turned into ghee, where some process took place. What is this processing? As a student, you should be processed. You should be dented. There should be teachers, there should be parents, there should be even some other elders who tries to process you. They always try to tell you what is right, what is wrong, what should you do. Because your parents tell you, पढ़ाई करो, बैठो, पढ़ाई करो. They try to tell you, but you get sometimes irritated. हमेशा पीछे पड़े रहते. It is not हमेशा पीछे पड़े रहते. That is a process. Once you turn into 25 or once you get your certificates, nobody is going to question you what you are doing. But this is the period, this is the time you should be processed. You have to listen to your elders. You should try to learn different things. You should do certain experiments on trial and error basis. You should try everything. You should try to learn so many life skills, because these life skills are going to help you in your future. You should be good in all the things. And this happens only when you start working. Now the children got used to screens. sitting on the mobiles, laptops, computers throughout the day, and you're not even trying to get up from your place. So this lifestyle, this sedentary lifestyle, is the radiations of the screen of mobiles continuously throughout the day, definitely going to affect the health. Children, it's going to affect the brain. It's going to affect the reproductive system. It's going to affect the whole body, as a matter of fact. You should be very, very wise. You should have good foresight. You should see to it that you should maintain a good health, which is going to help you out to pursue so many things in future. If the health is not well, if we get affected with certain viruses or certain diseases, it will definitely, it will not allow you to succeed to reach your targets. So health is very important. Try to take care of yourself when these things are concerned, and you have to always shine like sun. If you want to shine like a sun, you have to burn first. Burning is nothing but working hard, being active, being alert, being creative, being imaginative, being like using your brain always critically. You should have a critical thinking. You should be very, very creative. You should know how to solve the problem. You should know how to solve, how to take a decision in meanwhile. You should know what is stress. You should know how to manage your stress. You should know how to communicate. Communication, effective communication is very, very important. You should have empathy. Empathy is again very important. These are the life skills. This will help you a lot. Physically fit. You should know how to maintain yourself. And self-awareness. What am I? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What can I do? What are my opportunities? How can I utilize my opportunities? When you have idea about all these things, you will be a perfect and a thorough gentleman. The personality will be overall a thorough personality. So I want my children to be very, very thorough. And when your classes are concerned, it's been noticed. I got the notice that children are not attending the classes regularly. Few students are not attending, rather most of the students are attending, but some children are not attending, and teachers have given you lot many project works, assignments. They have given you some portfolio work, and some students are yet to submit. They have not submitted. As a matter of fact, even examinations are done, and the results were expected on this Saturday, that is day before yesterday. I told the teachers to display the results of P1 examination on this Saturday, on the previous Saturday. But the reason we have not displayed was there are few students from each class, from each division, who have yet not submitted their projects. Without your submissions, how can we give you the marks? Because some children are taking the projects, these activities so lightly. I wanted to throw some light today. I wanted to sensitize the students. I want to aware all the students the consequences of not submitting your projects and assignments in time. What happens if you don't submit the things in time? And you, all of you know very well that how the results of 10th standard and 12th standard were made, right? So 10th standard results were absolutely based upon P1, P2, P3, that is unit test, midterm examination, and then the final examination, prelim exams. Our school was so lucky that we have conducted 6 exams. Though it was online, we have conducted 6 exams as well as the physical examinations, prelims for the children. So it was easy for us to do the results. So we have completed our work when 10th standard results are concerned. We have did it. But there are some students, if you don't submit your projects, if you don't attend the sessions, it will be very difficult for us as well as for you to pass out 10th standard. Now, previous year students were considered as Corona batch. There were various difficulties when networks issues are concerned, when some of the rural areas are concerned, when technology is concerned. Some students were not, they did not have the availability of these things. So in that case, CBSE has made a policy in which the results were made. So some flexibility was given. But whereas this year, considering the previous experience of pandemic period of grade 10, class 10 and 12, CBSE has given a very, very clear guidelines to the schools as well as the students and the teachers that how the results of grade 10 will be done for the next year, right? So I wanted to throw some light on that through my presentation. And I want all the children to be very, very careful, try to focus and try to understand what this new policy or the new assessment policy is in order to take the result of grade 10, right? Give me a moment. I'll try to share my screen. Hope my screen is visible. So what is this special scheme of assessment for board examination class 10 and 12 for the session 21 and 22, right? Children, here the board has given, as all of you know that because of the pandemic in the last year, the examinations were not conducted, right? And when the examinations, when the results are concerned, the result should be credible, the result should have that reliability, the result should be flexible, and a valid alternative assessment policy was made for that, in which the teachers were, the feedback from the teachers was taken, the feedback from the parents was taken, the feedback from principals of various schools across the country was taken. So CBSE has given a Google form to all the schools where we have submitted all the feedback when examinations and results are concerned. So based upon that, the CBSE has decided a policy in which the results were made, right? And even CBSE considered, as I told you, in the rural areas, in the rural places, there was difficulty with the technology, with the network, with the various issues. So the children were not reachable to this kind of like technology, this kind of gadgets and all. So in those cases, it was very difficult to organize online sessions. So there was connectivity issues and socio-economical issues, especially with respect to students of economically weaker section and those regarding to the far-flung areas in the country. So considering them, what CBSE has done was they tried to rationalize the syllabus. What is rationalizing? Rationalize in the sense they tried to reduce some syllabus. So because it was difficult for the students to appear for the exam with 100% of the syllabus, what they did, they tried to rationalize. They have reduced some syllabus. So which helped the children to fare well in their examination. So when the syllabus was reduced, 30% of the syllabus was reduced. So when the syllabus was reduced, so teachers tried to conduct the sessions in one or the other way, through mobile, through phones, through radio, etc., through some channels and all. So they tried to conduct, and it was a bit easy for the students and the teachers to conduct the examination, to write the examination, and somehow the results are under process. Still the results are going on, 10th results are not yet out. So considering previous year situation, what CBSE has done was, CBSE has given clear guidelines to all the schools, to all the students when the results and when 10th standard is concerned. So what is this special scheme for 21 and 22? So let us see what is the special scheme. Academic session to be divided into 2 terms with approximately 50% syllabus in each term. So they are going to divide the syllabus into two halves, into two terms, term 1 and term 2. And term 1 is going to have 50% of the syllabus and term 2 is going to have 50% of the syllabus. So children, here I wanted to alert you that there is no reduction of syllabus as of now. They are not going to reduce any syllabus. So some students might be under the impression that the syllabus is going to reduce and it will be all very easy for us. It will be a corona batch again, in which you can simply score the marks and you can just skip from writing the examinations and all. But absolutely no. 100% of the syllabus will be there in the examination, and the year will be divided into two halves, term 1, term 2, with 50% of the syllabus, right? The syllabus for the academic session 21-22 will be divided into two terms by following a systematic approach by looking into the interconnectivity of concepts and topics by subject experts, and the board will conduct examination at the end of each term on the basis of the bifurcated syllabus. This is done to increase the probability of having a board conducted classes, class 10 and 12 examination at the end of the academic session. So children, the first term examination, which you are going to write in the month of November/December, will be a board exam. This exam will be conducted by the board, right? Let me make this very clear. Some of the children might be taking it so easy, so light, that the exams would be just held online and you can write something. It is not the case, but CBSE is going to conduct board examination for term 1. We are going to receive the question papers from CBSE board, and OMR sheets will be, I'll explain you how exactly the CBSE is going to conduct the examination, right? First thing, try to understand you're going to have two terms, and these two terms will be of absolutely board exam. 2 times you're going to write the board examination. So children should be careful and alert. The syllabus for the board examination 21-22 will be rationalized similar to that of the last academic session, to be notified in July 21. So we are going to receive the syllabus in this month. So if at all they are trying to reduce something, they are trying to add something, if they wanted to make some changes, that syllabus we are going to receive in this month, which will be shared with all the students. For academic transactions, however, schools will follow the curriculum and syllabus released by the board by circular number so and so, dated 31st March 21. Schools will also use alternative academic calendar and inputs from NCERT on transacting the curriculum. Actually, last year, when this pandemic was concerned, CBSE has sent us like alternative academic calendar. Alternative academic calendar was nothing but, instead of mugging up the answers from your textbook, instead of considering the some lessons, so they wanted to give some projects to the children which are related to your daily life. Some projects related to day-to-day association. You have to do certain things and associate it with the project. So such projects were given to the children, and the children did that. So from 1st to 10th standard, the alternative calendar was given to the school. So teachers have given certain projects to the children as well. And that is how the exam marks and the year was being conducted. Efforts will be made to make internal assessment, practical, project work more credible and valid as per the guidelines and moderation policy to be announced by the board to ensure fair distribution of the marks. Now, try to understand this point. Efforts will be made to make internal assessment, practical, project work more credible and valid as per the guidelines and moderation policy to be announced by the board. So if at all the teacher is giving you any project, any practical work, any assignments, you are expected to complete it and submit, because depending upon those projects, those assessments, those practicals, those project work, your marks will be calculated. The moderation guidelines and moderation policy to be announced. Moderation policy will be announced that how many marks to be considered when internals are concerned, how many marks to be considered when theory paper is concerned. So that moderation policy will be announced by the board depending upon the situations, right? I hope you understood this slide. I'm moving to the next slide. Details of curriculum transaction. School will continue teaching in the distance mode till the authorities permit in-person mode of teaching in the schools. So till we get the green signal from the education department, the school will be running online mode itself. You will be attending your Zoom classes itself. Once we get the permission from our education department, we are going to reopen the school physically. At that time, all the children can attend the school. But till we get the permission, the lectures, the school will run online itself. Classes 9th and 10th. Internal assessment throughout the year, irrespective of term 1 and term 2, would include 3 periodic tests: student enrichment, portfolio, and practical work, speaking and listening activities, project. So children, these are the things on which your internal assessments will be based. So if at all your teachers are giving you some internal assessments, do not ignore, do not neglect, do not take them easy. Rather, depending upon this internal assessments, you are going to get your marks. So you will be having 3 periodic tests. Some children even fail to attend the exams due to certain reasons. So if at all you fail to attend the exam, it is your fault. We cannot give you the marks, right? So you are expected to attend the marks. You are expected to attend the examination whenever you get the notice, whenever you have any sort of examination. You will have student enrichment program. Teachers will give you some activities in that. Portfolio already teachers have given you. So you are expected to submit your portfolio, and practical works that would start in your lab manuals. Teachers have given you some practicals. And now when English is concerned, speaking and listening activities, even you will get those projects very soon. And you are expected to complete all these projects and submit it to the schools. When classes 11th and 12th are concerned, internal assessment throughout the year, irrespective of term 1 and term 2, would include end of the topic or unit test, exploratory activities, practicals, projects, etc. So this is for grade 12. Schools would create a student profile for all assessments undertaken over the year and retain the evidences in digital format. Now, whatever the exams or whatever activities the schools are conducting, so the schools, we are expected to take the record of all those things, and the evidences should be retained in the digital format. We are expected to store them in the digital format, either in the external hard disk or in the PD, because now it is the latest news. Even you might have heard, it was even in the newspaper, right? CBSE is trying to inspect the schools all of a sudden without any information, without any intimation. They have inspected more than 3 to 4 schools, which we knew. So we came to know that all of a sudden some officials from Delhi entered into the school suddenly and asked them, show us the details, show us the evidences of the students, how many marks they got, show us the examinations you have conducted, show the performance of the child, whether whatever the marks we have given, whether it is matching or not. So all of a sudden inspection was done by CBSE. So even in future, they are going to inspect. So in that case, we cannot give you marks free of cost. You are expected to write the examination, and that record will be with us, and the same marks will be sent. I mean to say, do not neglect or do not take easy any of the examination. Even if you have a simple slip test, if the teacher is conducting the slip test, do not take it easy, because if at all you don't score good marks in the other exam, the second exam marks will be considered. At least we can give you that second exam marks. So whenever the teacher is conducting any exam, try to attend it without fail. This is for your welfare. This is for your betterment. This will help you a lot. CBSE will facilitate schools to upload marks of internal assessment on the CBSE IT platform. So once your internal assessments are over, we are being given the link where we have to upload the marks. But if you have not submitted, we cannot upload the marks, right? Even P1 result is still pending because few students did not submit their projects and their internal assessments which teacher has given. So try to do that immediately. Today or tomorrow, try to submit your internals. If at all you do not submit, it will be difficult for you and even difficult for us also to calculate, to make your results. Guidelines for internal assessment for all the subjects will also be released along with the rationalized term-wise divided syllabus for the session 21-22. The board would also provide additional resources like sample assessment, question bank, teacher training, etc. for more reliable and valid internal assessment. So board is going to provide us with the question bank, with the sample papers, with the teachers training, how to conduct all these things. So these things we are going to receive from the board. So we need not have to worry. The only thing is we need to work hard, we need to study, right? Now, what is this term 1 examination? How this term 1 examination will be conducted? At the end of the first term, the board will organize term 1 examination in a flexible schedule to be conducted between November, December 21 with a window period of 4 to 8 weeks for school situated in different parts of the country and abroad. Dates for conduct of examination will be notified subsequently, right? Now, children, keep one thing in your mind. Term 1 examination will be held in the month of November, December 21, and you are expected to write the exam, and this exam will be a board examination, right? Term 1 of yours is going to be board examination. This is not school-based examination. School is not going to conduct this exam, but term 1 will be board examination, right? I hope this is clear. The question paper will have multiple choice questions, MCQs, including case-based MCQs and MCQs on assertion reasoning type. Duration of the test will be 90 minutes and it will cover only the rationalized syllabus of term 1 only, approximately 50% of the entire syllabus. Now, how your question paper is going to be? Your question paper will be absolutely MCQs, right? Objective type question, and your questions will include case-based MCQs. One case will be given to you, and depending upon that, the MCQs will be there. And you will have MCQs on assertion reasoning type. So you have assertion and reasoning type also. Assertion A, reasoning R. If A is right, R is wrong, then what is the right answer? So you will be given that type of questions where you are expected to think over and then you have to write. So duration for the test will be 90 minutes and it will cover only 50% of the rationalized syllabus. Rationalized syllabus is nothing but if at all the CBSE is trying to make some changes in the syllabus, if they are trying to reduce some syllabus, so that will be the rationalized syllabus. So you will have this in your examination. Your term 1 will be absolutely of MCQs, which will be of 90 minutes and which will cover your 50% of the syllabus. Question papers will be sent by CBSE to school along with the marking scheme. So now try to understand, your term 1 question paper will not be designed by your teacher or by your principal or by your school, but rather we will receive the question paper from CBSE board. That will be a board examination and your teachers will not be there to supervise you for term 1 examination, right? Let us see this next slide. The exams will be conducted under the supervision of external center superintendent and observers appointed by CBSE. So I will not be here when your board exam is concerned. I will be deputed in some other school. Your teachers will be deputed in some other schools. We will go to some other school and those teachers and principals will come to our school to conduct your exam. Maybe your center will be same. You will be writing your examination here in the school itself, but the teachers and principal will change. So I will be deputed, I'll be entrusted the duty in some other school, and even your teachers will be going to some other school as supervisors, as invigilators, and the other teachers from the different schools would come here to conduct the exam. Think how serious this is going to be. This is not, you know, passing the time. This is not just to write the exam for fun, but I alert you, this is the time you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very alert and extra cautious because you are going to write board examination after 3 to 4 months, right? So children, take this point very, very seriously. The responses of the student will be captured on OMR sheets, which after scanning may be directly uploaded at CBSE portal or alternatively may be evaluated, and marks obtained will be uploaded by the school on the same day, on the very same day. The final directions in this regard will be conveyed to the schools by the examination unit of the board. So think that now there is no excuse if somebody has not written the exam, if somebody is absent, if somebody couldn't write something. So sometimes you will be under impression, I'll request principal so that she will allow me to conduct a retest so I can write this examination better and I'll try to submit. Nothing would work out. You will be writing the exam, you will be given OMR sheet as you write for the competitive exams. So immediately the moment you put a tick mark over there, once the 90 minutes are up, the school is expected to scan your copy immediately and it should be uploaded to CBSE. So even we will not have time. Rather, school teachers or principals will not be here. Somebody else will be here. So it is their duty to scan and upload the marks immediately to CBSE. So it's time again. I repeat, we have to be very, very careful. We have to be very cautious and we have to be very serious. This is a serious matter. Marks of term 1 examination will contribute to the final overall score of the students. So your term 1 marks will be contributed, will be added to your final examination result. Hope it is clear. Moving to the next slide, what is this term 2 examination? How this term 2 examination will be? Year-end examination, we can call it as year-end examination, annual examination, final examination, term 2 examination, you can call it any name. So at the end of the second term, the board would organize term 2 or year-end examination based on the rationalized syllabus of term 2 only. That is approximately 50% of the syllabus, of the entire syllabus. So second term also you are going to have 50% of the syllabus, right? And this examination would be held around March/April 22 at the examination center fixed by the board. Think that if the environment is conducive, if there is no corona, and if the children are attending the school physically, if everything goes well, and I pray to God things should go well, right? If everything goes well, then you will be having your examination in the month of March/April, and you will be given certain centers which are fixed by CBSE board, and you can go there and write the board examination. So you are writing 2 board exams, children. Try to understand. This year you are going to write twice the board examination. The paper will be of 2 hours, right? When your second term examination is concerned, the paper will be of 2 hours duration and have questions of different formats. What are the different formats? Case-based, situation-based, open-ended, short answer, long answer type. So when you're writing your second term examination, the questions will be based on case-based questions. So you will be given a case, and on that particular case, you will be asked the questions. Situation-based, you will be given a situation and you will be asked what will you do if you are in this situation. Open-ended questions. So your answer could be anything depending upon your experience, depending upon your knowledge, depending upon your creativity and knowledge. Your answer could be anything. I can say, if at all somebody puts a half glass of water before me, I'll say the glass is half filled. Somebody will say the glass is half empty. So both the answers are right. These are open-ended answers. So you can like open-ended questions, your answer could be anything. It depends upon your creativity, your imagination. And short answers, which are from your textbook, long answers, even these are from your textbook. So second term examination, you're going to answer the questions in this format. In case the situation is not conducive for normal descriptive examination, a 90-minute MCQ based exam will be conducted at the end of term 2 also. Think that in the month of March and April, if the situation is not conducive, if corona exists, and if it is not allowed for us to come out of our homes, so in that case, even your second term examination will be of MCQs, which will be of 90 minutes, right? So your second term examination will be conducted based on MCQs if at all the situation is not conducive. Marks of term 2 examination would contribute to the final overall scores. So the marks of second examination will be again contributed to your final examination. Moving to the next slide. Assessment, examination as per different situation. Think that if the situation varies, if the situation is not conducive, if corona exists, and if at all the children are not allowed to come out of the home, so in that case, what happens? In case the situation of the pandemic improves and students are able to come to schools or centers for taking the board exams, if the environment is good and conducive, and if you are coming out of your home to take the board exams, board would conduct term 1 and term 2 examinations at schools, centers, and the theory marks will be distributed equally between 2 examinations. So you are writing 2 board exams and the marks will be distributed 50-50% from each term. So between both the examinations, the marks will be considered 50-50%, 50% from term 2 and 50% from term 1 and term 2. In case the situation of the pandemic forces complete closure of the schools during November and December 21, but term 2 exams are held at the school or centers. So sometimes think that in the month of November and December, if at all we are affected by third wave, and if at all the schools are closed, you cannot physically come to school and write term 1 examination in the month of November and December. So in that case, term 1 MCQs based exam would be done by the student online, offline from home. In this case, the weightage of this exam for the final score would be reduced and weightage of term 2 exam will be increased for declaration of final result. You have written term 1 examination, right? And you were not able to write term 2 exam. In that case, term 1 examination marks will be considered to make your final result. Think that you are unable to write term 1 examination and you can write a term 2. So term 1 examination, we are writing from home. It is online exam. So in that case, term 2 will be considered for your final grade 10 result. In case the situation of pandemic forces complete closure of the school during March and April 22, but term 1 exams are held at schools or centers. Results would be based on the performance of the students on term 1 MCQ based examination and internal assessments of term 1 examination conducted by the board will be increased to provide year-end results of candidates. So I hope you understand. If you write first exam and you are unable to write the second one, so first exam marks will be considered. If you are unable to write first exam and if you are able to write the second term examination physically in the center conducted by board, so second term examination marks will be considered. So it depends how the situation is, right? In case the situation of the pandemic force complete closure, if in case both the terms are being closed, this environment is not conducive in the first term and the environment is not conducive in the second term, complete closure of schools and board conducted term 1 and term 2 exams are taken by the candidates from home in the session 21 and 22. The results would be computed on the basis of internal assessments, practical, project work, and theory marks of term 1 and term 2 exams taken by the candidate from home in class 10, 12, subject to the moderation or other measures to ensure validity and reliability of the assessment. If you cannot take term 1 exam and term 2 exam because the situation was not conducive, so in that case, your internal assessment, practical, project work, and theory marks of term 1 and term 2 exams taken by the candidate from home in class 10, 12 will be considered for your final assessment. That was the reason I was telling you, do not neglect the projects, the assignments given by your teachers, because these are only going to help you to make your final result. In all the above cases, data analysis of marks of student will be undertaken to ensure the integrity of internal assessments and home-based exams. So in all the above cases, your internal marks or the analysis of marks of the student will be undertaken to ensure the integrity of internal assessments and home-based examination. So do not take any of these exams easily. You have to be very, very serious. So in short, whatever I told you till now, in order to explain it in short, once again, I wanted to explain it in short, that what is the new pattern? The new pattern is the academic term is divided into two, that is term 1, term 2. The syllabus will be 50% in term 1 and 50% in term 2. And it depends, if at all CBSE would like to reduce some syllabus, then you will get the rationalized syllabus in the month of July. So this month we are going to expect the syllabus. And term 1 examination will be absolutely a board examination, right? So there you are going to have MCQ questions, and MCQ questions are based on case-based MCQs, assertion, reasoning-based MCQs, and the duration of this examination will be 90 minutes, right? And when term 2 is concerned, you will be having 50% of the syllabus, and this exam will be held in the month of March/April. Questions will be of different formats, and the timing duration for this exam will be of 2 hours. So case-based MCQs will be there, short answers will be there, long answers will be there, situation-based questions will be there. So these are the questions which you have to attend. CBSE to send question papers with marking scheme. So CBSE is going to send question papers for both term 1 and term 2 examination, and even the CBSE will provide marking scheme to the schools, right? Depending upon that, the teachers who came for the invigilation will check your papers immediately, and those papers, your OMR sheets, will be scanned by the school and will be immediately uploaded to the CBSE. Exam will be conducted in the school. Externals to be invigilated as appointed by the board. So externals will be appointed. Other school principal will come here as the center superintendent, and the teachers from other school will come as the invigilators. So this you should take care of. They will not allow you to talk to one another. No copying, no cheating, no discussions will not be allowed, right? So OMR sheet will be used. You are going to write your term 1 examination. You will be given OMR sheets. If physically the environment is conducive, then you will come to school and write the exam. If situation is not good, you are going to write online exam. After completion of the exam, OMR sheet to be scanned and uploaded to the CBSE portal. Term 1 marks will be added to the final result. So be careful, be cautious again, that term 1 marks will be added to your final examination. Exam will be conducted at the examination centers fixed by the school. If the environment is conducive, so you are going to have centers where you will go and write your final board examination in that particular center. Every year, our children go to St. Joseph to write the exam. So even you might be having the center as St. Joseph. In case of adverse situation, term 2 will be 90 minimum MCQs. So there will be term 2 with 90 minutes of duration, and you will have all MCQ questions in that. Term 2 marks will be added to the final result. So both your term 1 and term 2 exams are very, very important. And the whole result will be based upon your internal assessment. That is 3 periodic tests. You are going to write 3 periodic tests. Student enrichment programs. You will be given some activities by the teachers, which are compulsory. Portfolio, compulsory. Practicals, compulsory. Speaking and listening activities, compulsory. And some projects. So this will be given to you, and depending upon the activities, you will be given the marks. How will the marks be calculated for the final report card? So if there is no pandemic, marks will be distributed evenly over 2 terms, student to take both the exams at centers. So if there is no pandemic, you will write term 1, term 2, and the marks will be equally distributed 50-50%, and the final result will be calculated. Term 1 from home, term 2 in school. Term 1, if you are writing from home, the weightage to be less in final score. More focus on term 2 marks. Think that term 1 you are writing from home, and term 2 you are writing in school. So weightage of term 1 will be less, and weightage of the marks for term 2 will be more. If you attend the examination physically in the center or in the school, so weightage of the marks will be more where you have attended the exam physically. But if you are attending the exam online, the weightage of the marks will be less. Term 1 in school, term 2 from home. Weightage more on term 1, and internal assessment less weightage to term 2 marks. You will be under impression online मैंने घर से कर लिया है, अच्छे marks मिले हैं. You might have copied sometimes. You try to like ask the answers and write, so you get good marks. You will be under impression that I have written the examination well, and this marks will be considered. But if at all the examination is being taken from home, if it is an online examination, and if the exam is being written from home, the weightage of the marks will be less for that term, and it could be 70-30. 70% will be considered when physical exam is concerned. जब आप सेंटर में जाके एग्जाम लिखते हो तो उसका वेटेज रहेगा 70%. जब आप ऑनलाइन एग्जाम लिखते हो घर बैठे तो उसका वेटेज हो सकता है 30. So it depends how CBSE board is going to calculate the weightage of the marks. वो हमें बाद में मिलने वाला है. Depending upon the situation, weightage of the marks कैसे होने चाहिए ये हमको in future मिलने वाला है. So term 1 and term 2 both at home. अगर आपने दोनों भी एग्जाम term 1 and term 2 घर से किया है, every aspect of internal assessment term 1 and term 2 will be considered for fair judgment. तो दोनों भी अगर आपने घर से किया है, so again all these things whatever I told you about, all the assignments, the projects, your practicals, your all these things will be considered, and then they will decide. मतलब फेयर जजमेंट वहां पे हो ऐसे CBSE डिसाइड करने की कोशिश करेगा. दिस इज हाउ द थिंग्स आर. सो with this I have completed my presentation where I wanted to give you some idea about your examinations. So whether the physical examinations or hello, my voice is audible now? Yeah. So whether you are serious, whether you are not serious, it came to my notice that some of the children are not attending the sessions, not attending the classes on regular basis, and apart from that, even they failed to submit. Some children did not submit their projects yet. So it is going to affect the consequences, the repercussions of not submitting the projects in time, going to affect in future on your final result particularly. So be honest, be sincere, try to submit all the things in time. Now it's your turn. You can just come forward, you can unmute yourself, and if you have anything to ask, you can definitely ask me. I welcome your questions.
Ma'am,
Yes, beta.
ma'am, can there be changes in class online lecture timetable?
What sort of changes you want?
Ma'am, the time period of online classes are too lengthy, ma'am, from
Yes,
9
ma'am.
a.m. to p.m.
It's too lengthy. You
Yes,
Yes,
want
ma'am.
me
ma'am.
Till
to,
2 o'clock, ma'am.
you
Ma'am,
want me
meets
to,
are working till 2 o'clock. And
yeah,
ma'am, from tuitions are there from 2 to 5. And then homework of
Yes,
the schools and
ma'am.
tuitions. It's not this, ma'am.
yeah. This point has actually come to my notice, okay? Because the timing is a bit, uh, it is extended, time is a bit more. So in that case, I told my teachers to reduce the duration of recess, right? So 10 minutes of the recess duration will be reduced. So 10 minutes will be saved. And instead of 9 o'clock, we are planning to start your sessions at 8 o'clock. So will it do?
Ma'am,
Yes,
actually,
ma'am.
No, ma'am,
it
it's
will
at
be
Yes,
7
ma'am.
depend
o'clock
from
here was our
9
math.
to
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
12 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your session, your meeting would start from 8 o'clock, and we'll try to wind it up as early as possible. And we have already reduced that. I wanted to give you break because continuously you're on the screen, it's going to affect your eyes, even if it's going to affect your, you know, you will get headache and all. So you should have some rest. You should be relaxed. Try to spill some water on your eyes so that you will feel active, fresh. And when in not use, try to keep yourself away from all these electronic gadgets. That is going to help you because it is your 10th standard. It is the turning point of your life. This is the question of your career, right? We are forced to be with these electronic gadgets. But if at all you are wise, if you have a good foresight, you will maintain that distance. So considering that, I wanted to give you 20 minutes of the break. We gave 2 breaks after 2 lectures so that the child will be a bit relaxed. But if at all you do not want the break, you want the timing like less, I'm going to do some changes.
Ma'am, can lecture be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.?
Yeah, I'll discuss with the
It would
teachers.
be
9 a.m. will not be possible. We'll do it from 8 o'clock, right? Because I don't want to cut some of the periods. So you will have all the periods, but I'll discuss with the teachers where will have a meeting and I'll try to sort out this matter. I'll do something for this. I'll reduce the time, right?
Ma'am, will school reopen offline?
I pray to God that the school should reopen, things should be normal, everything should come back. And I want all you students in your classes, troubling us, bothering us with complaints,
Ma'am,
all these
ma'am,
things. But we
ma'am,
do not know.
if this if the situation continues till final exam, then
That's
what
what I
will happen?
explained. Yeah, that's what I explained. We will continue with the Zoom sessions itself. You should attend all the sessions. And if at all the situation is normal, you will come and attend the school. If situation is not normal, throughout the year, the situation will be same. But CBSE said that if students don't attend both the terms, if you are unable to write the exams both the term physically, so in that case they gave this policy. Now whatever I have explained to you, they have given this is how the examination will be conducted, term 1, term 2. And children should, you know you should work hard. You should really try. There is no shortcut, there is no escape that you can skip this grade 10. Is my voice audible? I think there is some connectivity problem. Is audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So
It's audible.
there is
Yes,
no
ma'am.
shortcut. There is no
audible.
shortcut. You are expected to write the exams. So day 1 onwards, put your efforts, put your hard efforts. If you wanted to really achieve something in your life, so you have to put efforts and work hard. There is no shortcut.
Any syllabus for term 1?
I have already explained. You have 50% of syllabus in term 1, 50% of syllabus in term 2.
No,
But
ma'am,
CBSE,
which chapter can be there?
pardon?
Ma'am,
Pardon?
which chapter will be there?
Teacher has already given you 50% of the syllabus for term 1, but in the month of July, like in this month, we are going to get the syllabus from the board, that is rationalized syllabus. They might reduce something or they might add something. So we are going to get the syllabus. Once we get it, we will distribute it to the children. We will share it with all the students. So you can just go through and even some question banks, some assessments, some sort of support and help will be provided to the children through CBSE. So that we are going to share it.
Ma'am,
Yes, beta, tell me.
when can be next exam conducted?
Which exam? Now your next exam is your term 1, right?
No, ma'am, about school exam.
What exam?
Ma'am, about P2, P2
P2
Ma'am,
examination.
periodic test.
Yes, periodic test. See, your first test was in the month of June. So you will be having your second test in the month of maybe September or October, right? You will get the timetable from the teacher. And third one
Ma'am,
will
before
be,
Diwali.
yes, most probably.
Before Diwali.
Yes, most probably. You will get the timetable. And then the third one will be before March. So you will, besides, you will be writing your term 1 and term 2 examination. You are going to write 3 periodic tests, test 1, 2, and 3. Apart from this, you will have 2 terms, term 1 and term 2. That means you are going to write 5 exams. And every exam is important.
Prelims.
Please keep this in mind. Every exam is important. Yes.
How many prelims
are
will
also
conducted, ma'am?
conducted.
See, your final exams are going to be in the month of March and April. And we will see to it that the syllabus will be completed in the month of December. Maximum all the subjects, all the syllabus will be completed in December. So January, February, this 2 months we are going to conduct prelims for you. So maybe the target is to conduct at least 4 to 5 prelims, but we are going to conduct 3 to 4 definitely. And then after the prelims,
Ma'am,
you will have preparation leaves for the final board examination. So we will decide. You will get the notice.
Ma'am, there will be no prelims before term 1 examination, that is MCQ.
No, you will have, right? You will have, teachers will take the revision for term 1. We will get the guideline from CPSE. So teachers are going to conduct revision for you for term 1 examination. And even we will conduct, it will not be exactly a board exam kind, but teachers will conduct online MCQ practice test for the children. So that will definitely help you. We are going to conduct it.
Ma'am, all the school exams would be subjective or objective only?
See,
Or
in the
it will
first
be
term,
combined?
they are objective, right? And in the second term, it depends again.
No, ma'am, about
No,
school
ma'am,
exams.
Just no school exam.
Board examination. See, it depends upon the situation. If the situation is conducive, then you will physically write the exam. If the situation is not conducive, it will be online exam.
And ma'am, what about P2 and P3?
You will get the
Means it
timetable.
will subjective or objective?
You will get the timetable again. All these things. See, now I cannot tell you that you have to come and write physically. It will be subjective because we do not know the situation. If situation is normal, we'll come and write. If not, so you will get the notice. Just keep on watching the teachers' messages. So you will get the message depending upon the situation. We will send it. We'll decide.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, as you tell that
One will online.
the P2 is
How will
going.
board conduct the online?
Yeah, it will be in the Google form, or we have test mosses now. So we will tell you, we will take the practice first and then we will conduct the exam.
ma'am,
Yes, beta.
ma'am, which handwriting is allowed for board exam?
What are you comfortable with? If your handwriting is print letters, you can write it comfortably. And
Ma'am,
the
cursive
important
is
thing
allowed.
is, yeah, see, cursive is also allowed, but sometimes, you know, most of the times what I noticed was child was writing a cursive, but the invigilator, the paper checker, the one who checks the paper, she couldn't understand the cursive. So when E was written, she thought it is I. When T was written, she thought it is F. Something she couldn't understand, and she has put some negative marks. Some marks were cut because she couldn't understand. So when the paper was rechecked, she said that I did not understand cursive. That's why I have reduced the marks. So in order to avoid that, better you can write print letters. You can write a simple writing for the board examination. If at all you are writing cursive, so you should be very, very conscious that it's very legible, it is clear, it is understandable and readable, so that the one who is checking your paper will not find any difficulty.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, as you told that we are having the periodic test too in the month of September or October.
Yes.
Ma'am, the periodic test will be MCQ type or descriptive?
Yeah, it will be MCQ type. It will be in the form of MCQs. So that too,
Thank you, ma'am.
whatever you are going to have for your final examination, term 1 examination, I mean, so the pattern will be similar because that will be a kind of practice for you. We will try to prepare you for the term 1 examination. So don't worry, that the teachers will take care. The only thing what you have to do is attend your sessions regularly, try to attend all the examinations. In case there is some problem, in case you couldn't attend the exam, or if it is a genuine reason, 100% genuine reason, do consult me, contact me through your teacher, right? And I'll try to find some solution for that. But I don't want any of the students to miss the exam because this is going to give you a good result. The repercussions are very, very strong. And if you fail to attend any class or any exam, so your percentage will be less when your final result is concerned. And 10th standard result will be with you forever. Forever. So don't miss any of the
Ma'am,
exams.
when will be exam conducted, before term 1 or after term 1?
P2.
P3 exam.
P3 will be in the month of January.
Ma'am, online or offline periodic test?
See, again, situation is good. It will be offline. You will come to school and write. If situation is not good, then it will be online.
Ma'am, if term 1 happened online, so the question paper will be on Google Forms or on OMR sheet?
Yeah, it will be on Google Form. Okay. So when OMR sheet is concerned, that is for physical exam. You have to come, the subjective, you have to come and write. So that board is going to arrange all those OMR sheets for us. Yes, beta.
Ma'am, as you told that we are having 90 minutes MCQ paper, so that how many questions will be there?
That is not yet clear. We have not received, but we are going to receive it. So once we receive, we will let you know how many questions they are going to put. That they have not yet given. So once we receive, we'll let you know.
Ma'am, if term 2 exam happens online, so what will be the it will be
If term 2 exam is online and term 1 exam is offline, so weightage of the marks will be more for offline. Term 1 examination will be considered and term 2 weightage will be less if at all you have written from home. Think that second term examination was online, you have written it from home. So the weightage of the marks will be 30% for second term, and first term you have written in the school and you came to school and attended it physically. So the weightage will be maybe 70%. So 70-30. So that's what I was repeating. I was repeating again and again, do not take any of the exam easily. Every exam is serious. Try to score good marks in every exam. Yes, beta.
Ma'am, and if both exams are conducted offline, online, then?
Yeah, if both the exams are conducted online, then depending upon your internal assessments, depending upon the projects, all these things, a fair judgment will be given. So considering your online, both the marks and overall performance, apart from this, your 9th standard performance and your 8th standard performance. So considering last 3 years performance, your result will be declared, because this is what we are doing for the 10th standard. The one who did not score good marks in 10th standard, because sometimes some students got COVID, their parents, some students lost their parents. So in that case, they were unable to attend the exam. They did not write, they did not get good marks. So what to do in that case? When we have written to CBSE, so they said, you can consider 9th standard marks. So how many marks the child got in 9th? If at all he got good marks in 9th standard, so we can consider that background and give the marks over here. This is how the result for 10th standard was made.
Ma'am, when will be
Ma'am,
the
after-
overall result calculated after both exams?
Yeah, after the both exams, the result will be calculated.
Ma'am, after the students are getting vaccinated, if students get vaccines, is there any probability of reopening of school by the means education minister?
Yeah, yeah. First, everyone should be
Because
vaccinated.
I think so. There
True,
is
true.
news that in the month of August, we are getting vaccination means 14 to 15 years
True, true.
age will get vaccine.
True, true. What you said is correct, right? So now the only thing is we have to wait and watch. If all the students are being vaccinated, I think there won't be any restriction. But then too, we have to be careful. The social distancing, masking is compulsory. Now this should become, a lifestyle. This corona will be with us maybe all the time. So you have to take that care. And once all the students are vaccinated, I think the schools would start physically.
Ma'am, means at last basic safety is first, right?
At last,
Basic safety means wearing mask and social distancing. After vaccination, it is a must as
See,
we can.
now what the vaccinations, whatever we have taken, everything is on trial and error basis. Nobody knows about this pandemic. There is no proper data. We are just following the data of the foreign countries. So what was the first wave effects? What were the effects of second wave, and how third wave affected that particular place? So depending upon that data, we are just trying to assess certain things, but nobody is sure how this is going to be. So there are so many changes. It's keeping on changing. The things are changing. So even after taking the vaccination, also some people were affected by corona and some people died. KK Agrawal, a very, very famous doctor, and he was a counselor of COVID patients. He was counseling. There were more than 300 to 400 videos during the pandemic period. He was constantly guiding the corona patients what to do, what not to do. He has taken 2 doses of vaccination. But this person unfortunately died. We do not know exactly the reason. And some 2 to 3 cases were found even after taking second dose. So either it was not inoculated properly, the injection was not, penetrated properly, or what could be the reason, we do not know. But even after taking the vaccination also, we have to be careful, maintaining the social distance, masking, and sanitizing your hands every now and then. So this precaution you have to take. Though you are at home, though you are out, you should take care. And importantly, physical activity. You are sitting throughout the day.
Ma'am,
Yeah, tell me.
is it possible to reduce our lectures?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, because parents are not means
Yes,
allowing
ma'am.
Yes,
their
ma'am,
kids
please,
that the
ma'am.
screen times are increasing and
Ah.
as
Because there is no other
Ma'am,
way.
after school we have lot of classes.
yes,
See,
ma'am. So
I
parents are
have
requesting
nothing to do
Yes,
with the
ma'am.
classes. I did not tell you to go for the classes. School will not encourage for any tuitions or any classes. We will not consider
ma'am,
the
perfect.
classes, right? But the thing is, I'll discuss with the teachers, and if at all there is any possibility, we'll try to make some change in the timing. I will let you know.
Ma'am,
You will get
instead
the
of
Ma'am?
making breaks, we can drop a yoga session for each and every student, right?
That is, need of the hour. Yoga is need of the hour now. In this period, the one who did yoga survived. Even if there were some articles I read. So the place where yoga was a regular activity, nobody in that place got affected with this corona. Nobody, not even a single person. So the yoga is very, very important part. It should be a daily. It should be added to our daily life, daily routine. So we'll
Yes,
see.
ma'am. So for that, I was asking that if anyone has not means in daily routine, if anyone does not have time to do yoga, so we can utilize that break and we can attend yoga session, right?
Correct. We will discuss and I'll make some changes in the timetable and let you know. You will get the timetable very shortly.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, beta.
ma'am, can't we reduce one lecture instead of having 6 lectures? Ma'am, we can say that the syllabus of IT and Sanskrit both are as compared to less than other subjects.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we
Yeah.
can make
So
the
what we
3
can do
days
is-
IT, 3 days Sanskrit.
What we can do is we can complete the syllabus and you will be that period that we will try to reduce in future. First, it is high time we
Ma'am,
have to complete the syllabus. If you have
Ma'am,
only
that
3
9 to 10
periods,
PM was perfect timetable.
I mean,
Pardon?
our timetable schedule, the means non-main subject, we can say main subjects are like SST, science, maths, and maths.
English.
These 3 subjects should be at first, right? So that the more number of students attends the lecture regularly, and the less means importance. Actually, everything is important, but the less important we can say like IT, Sanskrit should be at last. So I mean,
you think IT is less important? Future is of
it
computer
is
science.
less important means we
Future
can
is of
understand
computer
it
science.
easily, but
There are more scopes.
it should be at last.
Ma'am, actually, boys timetable has this lectures first. We have means English, then
Yes, ma'am.
the English, then Sanskrit, and then IT. Ma'am, the more number of students attends this first 3 lectures, and
Every
then
student should attend.
after that,
Every
no one
there
is attending.
There is no compromise. That's what I was saying. Now it is their loss. If at all they are not attending the lectures, if at all they are not writing exam, that is the reason today I have taken the initiative to explain you all these things. If they don't attend the sessions, if they don't score good marks, that's going to affect their result. We can't help. So I'm sending the repeated instructions. So today, especially, I conducted a meeting. I wanted to talk to the children and then wanted to inform you all these things, how the result will be finally finally done. So in that case, your everyday's activity is important. If they're not attending, it is their loss. I wanted to alert them again, right? And other important thing is school has its own style. School has its own timetable. So we cannot please everybody. Some students will tell, I want this way. Somebody would say, I want that way. So we have to consider 130 students and decide certain things. So you just see to your convenience, but we need to see to the convenience of the students, convenience of the teachers, convenience of the rest of the things. There are so many challenges and struggles. We have to see all those things and then take the decision. But then too, whatever you said, we will definitely try to consider certain things according to the feasibility, according to the comfort and convenience of the teachers, and would make some changes in that. So I hope it's already 2 o'clock and we have to wind up the session.
Yes,
Ma'am, I
ma'am.
request you to please, if
Yes, ma'am.
possible, then reassemble the subjects according to your needs. We can say,
Yeah, we will
as you
we'll make
discussed
some
in-
changes. You will get the new timetable very shortly. Okay, we'll do that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Chalo. So should we wind up the session over here?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes,
please
ma'am.
try to
Inform your
reduce
friends.
time.
Inform your friends regarding
Yes, ma'am.
today's session, and I'll try to put the
Yes, ma'am.
I'll try to put the same video on the YouTube. Those who have not attended, because the limitation is 100 for this Zoom session. Those who have not attended, ask them to attend on YouTube so that every student should be aware of this new assessment scheme, this new policy of CBSE, so that it will help the children. It will help every student. So inform all the students, and my best wishes to you, dear children. God bless you all. Wishing you a very, very happy, a long, successful life ahead, a very bright career and a bright future ahead to all the